Have you ever held on to something so tightly that it hurt? A relationship that was already over, but you couldn't walk away. A version of yourself that no longer exists, but you keep trying to bring back. A dream, a job, a feeling, something you're desperately trying to control, yet the harder you grip, the faster it slips through your fingers. If your hands are tired from holding on, if your heart is exhausted from trying to control what cannot be controlled, then this story is for you. The man who owned everything. In a small village nestled between mountains and rice fields, there lived a man named Marcus. He was 35 years old, hardworking, and deeply loved by his family. But Marcus carried a weight that no one could see. He believed that everything in his life, his body, his emotions, his thoughts, his loved ones, belonged to him. And because they belonged to him, he believed he could control them. Every morning, Marcus stood before the mirror searching for signs of aging. "My body is mine," he would tell himself. "I must keep it young, strong, perfect." When his wife felt sad, he grew frustrated. "Why are you unhappy? I work hard for you. Your happiness belongs to me. I should be able to fix it." When his son chose a different path than Marcus had planned, he felt betrayed. "I am your father. Your life is part of my life. You must listen to me." And at night, when unwanted thoughts crept in, fear, doubt, regret, Marcus would lie awake, angry at his own mind. "These thoughts are mine. Why can't I make them stop?" His mother, a woman who had known great loss yet carried a strange peace, would watch her son struggle and say gently, "Marcus, you are at war with the river, and the river always wins." But Marcus didn't understand. He only knew how to grip tighter. The year everything crumbled. Then, in the space of a single year, everything Marcus tried to control began to fall apart. His father, strong and healthy just months before, suddenly fell ill. Marcus spent every penny he had, traveled to every doctor, and prayed to every deity he knew. But his father's body grew weaker with each passing day. One night, holding his father's frail hand, Marcus whispered desperately, "Please don't leave. I need you. You're mine. You can't go." His father looked at him with tired, tender eyes and said softly, "My son, I was never yours to keep." He passed away 3 days later. Marcus's world shattered. But worse was still to come. His wife, weary of being treated like a possession rather than a partner, grew distant. "You don't love me," she said one evening. "You love the idea of owning me. But I am not yours, Marcus. I never was." His son, now 18, left home without saying goodbye, only a letter on the table. "Father, I cannot live as an extension of your dreams. I must find my own path." And Marcus's body, which he had guarded so obsessively, began to betray him. Sleepless nights, chronic pain, gray hair no dye could hide, wrinkles no cream could erase. He stood before the mirror one morning and looked at a stranger, older, exhausted, defeated. And for the first time, he could not stop the truth from rising inside him. "I control nothing. I own nothing. Everything I tried to hold has left me." The old monk and the river. He walked out of his house that day with no destination. His feet carried him to the edge of the village, where a small temple stood. He had never been a religious man, but something pulled him there. He collapsed at the steps, and the tears came, not gentle tears, but years of grief pouring out all at once. An old monk who had been sweeping the courtyard approached slowly. He didn't ask what was wrong. He simply sat beside Marcus and waited. After a long silence, Marcus spoke, his voice broken. "I lost everything. My father, my wife, my son, my health, my peace. I tried so hard to keep them, but they all left. What did I do wrong?" The monk was quiet. Then he gestured for Marcus to follow him. They walked to the river behind the temple. The monk reached down, scooped up a handful of water, and held it in his open palm. "Tell me, Marcus, does this water belong to me?" Marcus looked confused. "It's in your hand." But watch." The monk closed his fist. Water squeezed out between his fingers, dripping back into the river. He opened his hand. Only a few drops remained. "When I try to own it, to control it, it escapes. But watch again." He cupped his hands gently, scooping water once more. This time he held it softly, without gripping. The water rested quietly in his palms. When I hold it lightly, without claiming ownership, it stays as long as it can. And when it eventually flows away, as all water must, I am not hurt. Because I never believed it was mine. The monk sat on a nearby rock and motioned Marcus to join him. Marcus, you do not suffer because you lost your father, your family, your youth. You suffer because you believed they belonged to you. But they are part of my life, Marcus protested weakly. They are part of your experience, the monk corrected gently. But experience is not ownership. He picked up 5 small pebbles from the riverbank. Your body, your feelings, your perceptions, your thoughts, your consciousness. Buddhism calls these the 5 aggregates. They make up your experience of being alive. But none of them belong to you. He held up the first pebble. Your body. Can you command it not to age? Not to grow sick? Not to die? If it were truly yours, you would have complete control. But you don't. Second pebble. Your feelings. Can you tell sadness to leave and never return? Can you summon happiness and keep it forever? If feelings belong to you, you could control them. But you can't. Third pebble. Your thoughts. Try to stop thinking for 1 full minute. Marcus tried. Within seconds, thoughts came flooding back. You see, even your thoughts are not under your command. They arise and fade like waves. You don't create them. You witness them. He held up the last 2 pebbles together. Your memories. Your sense of identity. All of it arises and passes away, moment by moment. Nothing stays. Nothing can be grasped. Then he tossed all 5 pebbles back into the river. So what is you, Marcus? If none of these things belong to you, what remains? Marcus felt dizzy, as if the ground beneath him was dissolving. I have nothing, he whispered. I am nothing. The monk smiled warmly. No, my child. You have everything. Because when you stop trying to own the river, you can finally swim in it. When you stop claiming the sunset, you can watch it in peace. When you stop possessing your loved ones, you can truly love them. You suffer not because things change and leave. You suffer because you resist this truth. The moment you accept that nothing, not your body, not your emotions, not your thoughts, not your loved ones, belongs to you, that is the moment you become free. The long walk home. Marcus didn't transform overnight. Understanding comes quickly, but unlearning a lifetime of grasping takes time. For the first month, he returned to the temple every morning. The monk taught him to sit by the river and simply observe. Watch the water flow, the monk would say. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to own it. Just watch. At first, Marcus's mind rebelled. He wanted to control even the practice, to force himself to let go. But slowly, he began to understand a paradox. Letting go cannot be forced. It can only be allowed. He started small. When a thought of regret arose, I should have been a better father. Instead of fighting it or drowning in it, he practiced what the monk taught. This thought arose. It is not me. I do not own it. I watch it pass. And it did pass, faster than before. When his body ached, instead of resenting it, he whispered, "This pain is here, but it is not mine to command. It will leave when it leaves." And the suffering around the pain began to ease. 3 months later, his wife came to visit. She didn't return to live with him, but she came to talk. Marcus did something he had never done before. He listened. He didn't try to fix, control, or convince. "I'm sorry," he said quietly, "for treating you like something I owned instead of someone I loved." She cried. So did he. They didn't reunite that day, but something freer and lighter began to grow between them. 6 months passed. His son sent a letter. He was doing well, finding his own path, happy. The old Marcus would have felt bitter, excluded. But now Marcus read the letter with tears of joy. He is not mine to mold. He is his own person living his own life. And that is beautiful. A year later, Marcus looked in the mirror again. The wrinkles were still there. The gray hair. The signs of time passing. But this time, he smiled. This body is changing. It always has been. It will continue until it stops. That is not suffering. That is nature. And for the first time in years, Marcus felt at peace in his own skin. The truth that sets you free. My friend, Marcus's story is your story. It is my story. It is the story of every human being who has ever tried to hold on to what cannot be held. Your body is not yours. It is a temporary home that will age and return to the earth. Your emotions are not yours. They are weather patterns, clouds that come and go across an open sky. Your thoughts are not yours. They are electrical storms in the mind, arising without permission, fading without command. Your loved ones are not yours. They are fellow travelers walking beside you for a time. You do not suffer because your body ages. You suffer because you think you should be able to stop it. You do not suffer because you feel sadness. You suffer because you believe you shouldn't. You do not suffer because people leave. You suffer because you believed they were yours to keep. But the moment you release your grip, not in defeat, but in wisdom, everything changes. When you stop claiming ownership over your body, you can care for it without fearing its inevitable decline. When you stop trying to control your emotions, you can feel them fully without being destroyed by them. When you love people without possessing them, you can cherish them without the shadow of loss. Your 7-day practice. For the next 7 days, when something causes you suffering, a pain in your body, an unwanted emotion, a difficult thought, a person's behavior, pause and ask yourself, am I suffering because of this thing? Or because I'm trying to own it, control it, keep it? Then whisper, this is not mine. I cannot control it. I release my grip. Not as giving up, as waking up. The river flows whether you try to own it or not. The sunset fades whether you grasp at it or not. Your life will unfold whether you clench your fists or open your palms. But only when you open your palms will you finally feel the breeze. Hold everything lightly. Love deeply, but possess nothing. Because you are not what you own. You are the space in which all things arise and pass away. And that space is infinite.